Thanks for coming. My name is Jeffu. I come from 360 Hacker Research Institute, 360 Technology. This math-based name is Hardware Security, Multidimensional Attack and Defense Toolset. In this topic, I want to tell you about the design methods and principles of common hardware security tools. And you can learn these things. Learn how to use strong electromagnetic technology to unlock doors. Learn how to use a remote NFC reader, how to design a tool to prevent NFC reading, how to design a ultrasonic tool to attack electronic devices, and so on. I hope after this speech, you can master these skills and perfect the tools so you can design your own hardware security platform. First, let's talk about NFC security. You may have heard NFC tools like Promax 3, Chameleon. Yes, they are very powerful, and you can use it to do many things. Sorry, there's something wrong. And about Hack NFC was designed by 360 Unicorn team. It's our team. It's my team. I would like you to watch the video below to see what Hack NFC is. Yes, everything is fine. These devices are Hack NFC. As you can see, put one device on the wallet and use another device to pay the bill. So what happened? Hack NFC is an NFC repeater. It relays a signal from the card reader and the bank card to complete the consumption. So watch again. Use the device, you can do many evil things like stealing other people's money, and then you will be sent to prison. But I have to say that design such a repeater is not very simple. It may need you to know where about NFC communication protocol, and also need you have the hardware design ability. And if you really want to make it, I'm here to give you some clues. You can search man in the NFC on the internet to get more information about Hack NFC. This device was designed by PN7462. It is a powerful NFC chip, and it has many useful libraries. You can download many NFC sample programs on the website. These programs will help you to learn NFC protocol quickly, and then you can develop your own hack tools. And our mission, as our mission on the screen, NRF 24L01. This chip is used for intermediate signal transmission, but you have a lot of options for how to do wireless transmission between two devices, not only in an NRF device. The development of this project, this Hack NFC, is about 3 months to 6 months. So the development time is very long. And if you really want to do this device, I suggest you buy the development board. This development board. This is a picture of PN7462 controller development kit. And the price is $259. It's a little expensive, but buy it or not, you decide. I think this development kit will greatly speed up your development time. And then let's talk about how to emulate a high-frequency card. In my opinion, Chameleon is a good choice. Maybe you have heard this device, Chameleon. It's very famous on GitHub in NFC security area. It can be a good choice to practice writing code and help you to learn more about hardware designs. You can download the PCB and the SCS PDF on the website. When I was designing the Chameleon, I found the emulate function. Emulate function was easily to implement. It means you can use this card to open. It means you can use this Chameleon device to open the door as a MIFARE card. You just had to follow the official board to solder the PCB, to solder the components, and then write the code into the MCU. It's very easy. But I found a strange thing. The Chameleon can't implement read function. It means that you can't use Chameleon to read its MIFARE card number. At first, I thought I was doing something wrong, and then I did several PCB boards. It wasted me a lot of time. After I was exhausted, I gave up, and after a rest, I decided to figure out where I'm wrong. I have no choice. And this is official PDF. You can download this circuit PDF on the GitHub of Chameleon. So this problem took me a very long time. So this problem, how to complete the read function. But I think I'm a qualified hardware engineer. I carefully studied the circuit of hardware design, and then finally got it. The values in the yellow box are wrong. I don't know why there is an error here. So maybe you know. I want to say that open source things really have deep pitch, maybe. And since the people are not so much here today, but I want to say, if you are NFC, if you like NFC hacking, so you are lucky because now you know where the problem is. Problem is, it can save you a lot of time when you want to complete read function. Next, I want to introduce you a more funny thing. From the picture, you can see this is a tennis racket, but guess what it is? Actually, it is NFC reader. When you design an NFC hack tool, you may consider these issues. How to do more concealed. You mean concealed. Hide the coins, hide the circuit boards. How to design, how to get a long read distance. What feature do you want to add in your design? Like reading the bank card number or stealing the bank card money? It depends on you. Here on the screen, yes, you can see the tennis racket. The hardware board was hiding in the bandage. And you can see the coin, yes, was designed on the tennis line of the tennis racket. So this is the video I recorded before. As you can see, I used the tennis racket to swap the bank card. And the tennis racket transmitted the date to the PC receiver. And then the message displayed on the screen. Watch again. This is a highly concealed device. You can go to crowded places like subway station or other crowded places. The reading distance of this device is about 10 centimeters. This is the farthest distance of standard NFC protocol. If you know NFC protocol, yes, the farthest distance is 10 centimeters. I have to say, if you have strong hardware skills, you can improve it. As far as I know, the farthest distance is about 20 centimeters, but you need to modify the circuit. It's very difficult. But here, I want to teach you how to achieve a reading distance about 10 centimeters. If you master these skills, it will be very simple. Yes, master my skills. You can design your NFC tool to achieve a farthest distance on NFC protocol, 10 centimeters. Yes, it's very easy. And this skill is the first time I share in public. Yes, I think you are lucky. And listen carefully. Maybe you know there are a lot of NFC chips in the market. On the screen is a circuit of pin532. It can read and emulate MIFARE cards. And inside the blue box is a demodulation circuit, which is very important. The value in the blue box can affect the card reading distance. I think you should know it and remember this circuit. And then MFRC 522, another NFC chip. Inside the blue box is a demodulation circuit of MFRC 522. And next, CLRC 663. Maybe you found out that in the blue box, they look very similar, right? Check again. They look very similar. Yes. They have the same demodulation circuit, so they must have the same debug function. So use the same debug function, you can achieve farthest reading distance, right? So how to do this? The first step, power current monitoring. Like this. You need to download the dataset of the NFC chip and check the TVDD supply current. I marked it with a blue box. So it's easy. First download the dataset and then find the TVDD supply current. What you need to do is to keep the device current consumption value between 70 mA to 100 mA. 100 mA is a tap value. Maybe 19 mA. It's very close to tap value. Because at this current consumption state, you can get the maximum reading distance. And here, you may have questions. How to change the current consumption? How to change the device current consumption? So here is the way. What we should do next is to optimize the parameters in the blue box. This is a demodulation circuit. When you change the values in the blue box, maybe C1 or C2, you will find the current consumption will change. Maybe it's getting bigger, maybe it's getting smaller. So let me repeat again. When you change C1 or C2, the whole device current consumption will change. What you should do is to change C1 and C2 to make the device current consumption to reach 100 mA. And then finally you will get the maximum reading distance. And you do not need to change L0 and C0 because they are filters. Adjusting L0 and C0 doesn't increase the distance. So understand? I think it's very easy. Don't change L0 and C0, just change C1 and C2. Okay? So next, how to change C1 and C2? As I said before, do not to change the value of L0 and C0. And another thing, please pay attention here, not to change C1 and C2 at the same time. For example, if you change C1 and you find the device current is about 13 mA, you must remember that the tap current is 100 mA. Do you remember? Do you remember this, please? Yes. 100. So if your device current consumption is 13 mA, wrong. You need to change C1 or C2. So what you should do is to change C1 and C2 and test many times. Believe me. Find the value of C1 and C2 to make the current consumption to reach about 100 mA. You will get a good distance. Okay? Another thing. Please remember the antenna value, LANT antenna value between 1 to 2 MHz, 1 to 2 MHz. It's very important. So let's make a conclusion. Let's make a conclusion. How to get the longest NFC reading distance? Do not change L0 and C0. Just change C1 and C2. And make the LNT to 1 and 2 to 1 or 1 to 2 MHz. And change C1 and C2 to make the current device consumption to 100 mA. And then you will get the longest, farthest reading distance. Okay, I think it's a little hard for if you are not a hardware engineer. Thank you. We talked a lot of methods about how to make NFC2. So how to start? And where else should we start? In my hardware, I used this GitHub project. In my hardware, I used this GitHub project as a reference, and I recommend it to you because this project is based on Arduino. Arduino's code is simpler and more suitable for beginners. So when you complete this project kit, and then you can try to design hacking FC, try to design your own chameleon, yes, and maybe try to design the tennis racket, to be a hardware hacker. If you want to design your unique hardware tools by yourself, you should know some electronic circuit design softwares. Maybe Automatic Designer, maybe Ego. Basically, you must know how to use one of them. It's easy. You can download many documents about these softwares on the website. I think it will take you about 1 week or 2 weeks, so you can control how to use these softwares. It's not hard. Okay, so next, we just talk about many things to how to steal other people's information, how to steal people's money, how to get people's information, like a bank card number. Now let's talk about how to block NFC communication, how to make an NFC defender and low frequency 125 defender. And this topic, my team had this speech at Black Hat, I think. Now let's watch a video. On the reader, on the NFC reader, you can see the NFC defender. It's blocking. And when you took the device away, so the reader is working now. It's reading the bank card number information. So now let's learn how to design this NFC blocker and a low frequency defender. Yeah, high frequency defender and a low frequency defender. How to design this device. The picture shows the detection and protection circuit of high frequency and low frequency. This is a circuit I designed based on their communication protocol. It's very simple and it's easy. Now let's talk about the principle. First, let's talk about how to detect. Yes, detect. The first thing you should detect the NFC reader or low frequency reader, and then you can protect your money, right? So first, how to detect. When there is a radio frequency signal come close to the device, for example, when the NFC signal come to the device, it will generate voltage at V1 there on the left of the screen. You can, so when you get a voltage at V1, you can come to a conclusion. NFC reader is coming. And same as the low frequency, this one, V2. Same as the low frequency, when low frequency reader is close to this device, it will generate voltage at V2. So you can come to a conclusion. 125 frequency reader is coming. So now the protection, now the problem of detection is solved. Yes, you can detect voltage at V1, or you can detect voltage at V2. Now, how we solved the detect problem, and then how to protect. So how to implement protection? On the high frequency antenna, we generate a square wave signal of 847 frequency, which can effectively block the communication of the nearby NFC reader. If you really wanted to figure out why 847, you should read the NFC protocol document. And on the low frequency antenna, we generate the square wave scale of 125 frequency, which can effectively block the communication behavior of the nearby low frequency reader. So now I think it's clear how to detect and protect. And then what you should do is to choose one simple Arduino too simple to do, and use Ego or Ultimate Designer, and use this simple circuit and design your own NFC definer and low frequency definer. I think it's very easy. Okay, let's finish about RFID and talk about voice. What could voice do in the area of hacking? Let's watch the video first. So you can see with the sender, the car was driven. Yes, the balanced car was driven. The principle is that emitting a certain power of sound, the chip of the machine loses the balance of judgment. I think it's very easy to understand. And so now it's clear. Our job is to make a sender transmitter, right? Make a sender transmitter. Make an electronic device which adjustable frequency of sound wave. But one thing you should know. Find the frequency to make the device fail. It will take you a lot of time. You need to be patient. Okay, so now let's talk about how to design a device to attack the balanced car. On the screen, it's a simplified circuit I designed, but it works well with image ultrasound voice. Another thing, as you can see, the circuit is very simple. But another thing, you should pay attention to the speaker. You need to look at the response frequency of the speaker. If the speaker cannot emit the sound of the ultrasonic frequency, so this device cannot work well. And then the last thing is you use the MCU to generate a different ultrasound frequency, and so the ultrasound hackatory is finished. So now you know. I think it's easy. Okay. Now let's talk about the power glitch. In my opinion, this is a low success rate of the method. And here I will briefly explain here about how it is. So what is the power glitch attack? Generally, it's a way to make the processor power fluctuate, and then makes MCU program executing either program bypass, or you can use it to program bypass or decryption. And here I also give you a simple circuit. What you should do is to generate very fast square wave signal as the power control and change the period of signal. And then test again and again to find the specific frequency that causes the program to run around instructions. So let's speak again. Change the power control square wave. Change the period and make the period as a very fast period. Okay. The last topic, circuit system breaker. Yeah, ultra strong electromagnetic field circuit system breaker. Okay, let's watch a video first. From the video, you can see that the door was opened by the device. No matter what taps of the door, fingerprint lock or password lock, it all can be opened by this device. So what is the here it is? Yes, what is the here it is? Okay, let's talk about what the device is and how it works. This is on the screen is the device circuit. When you open, there is a switch. When you open the switch, the long coils that continuously emit energy outward. Yes, the long coil will continuously emit energy outward. So when you open the switch, the transistors will turn on. And the first coil has a very big current, and the second coil will generate very high voltage. But then transistors turn off. Second coil lose voltage. So this is a circle with the transistors on and off. The second coil will affect the surroundings electronic devices. So that the electronic devices produce induction current, affect the working speed of the surrounding electronic devices. So now you know why it can open the door now. The long coils will emit the energy outward and affect the working state of the surrounding electronic devices, and then you will open the door. I think it's not hard. If you have any interesting, you can design this device by yourself. At the end, let's talk about how to make amazing artificial lighting in our lesson. To make this beautiful lighting, how to. It's very easy, I think. What you should do is to make the second coil very close to the background, and you will find the lightning. Yes, make the second coil close to the background, to this place, and you will find the lightning. Yes, thank you very much. And my topic is finished. If you have any questions, you can come and find me. I will be there about 10 to 30 minutes. I hope, and I will be happy to have a talk with you. And since there are still several times, I want to make a conclusion. Yes, in this lesson, I teach you about how to use strong electromagnetic technology to unlock doors. And I think you already watched the video, how to open the door. And that circuit is very simple. you can design that circuit by yourself. And how did they design a remote NFC reader? I introduced Chameleon, Hack NFC, the bugs about Chameleon. You can complete the read function, right? There is a deep pitch, deep bug. And if you really want to design the NFC repeater, you must buy the NFC PN 7462 development kit. It will help you to speed up your development time. And the most funny thing and the easy thing I think is I teach you how to prevent the NFC reading, prevent the low frequency reading. And I also introduced you how to design the ultrasonic tools to attack electronic devices. I think all these things. Thank you.
Thank you very much.